We're here at Fullerton Transit Center, and we're gonna go for a bicycle barbecue in Huntington Beach. Originally, I was gonna ride the whole Santa Ana River the way there, but I made the mistake of wearing sandals, and it's actually kind of cold this morning, so it led to discomfort. But instead, we're gonna take OCTA Route 47, which conveniently goes to the Orange Coast College swap meet, which we're gonna stop at anyways to get some food to cook. It's gonna be great. For those that know me, I'm already not a fan of these style bike racks, the ones that have the little hook that flips up from underneath, because they look really precarious on my other bike that's even taller and more top heavy with bigger wheels. But I recently discovered another reason to hate them, and that's when the drivers park too close to the curb and you try to flip it up, it actually gets stuck on the curb sometimes. The way I was able to get around this is by disengaging the rack, tilting it up with my bike still on it, or without it on it if you know in advance, and then there's enough clearance to flip it up. So word to the wise, something to look out for. I managed to consolidate my barbecue supplies into items that can be carried with 2 hands and a backpack. At least that follows one of the rules.
Now approaching Lemon Street and Orange Thorpe Avenue.
Wow, I have not heard that voice in a good minute. Been away from Orange County entirely too long. Route 47 takes us on a zigzaggy path down through Anaheim, scraping just between Orange and Garden Grove, on through Santa Ana, into Costa Mesa, and ending at the Balboa Peninsula in Newport Beach. It's one of those very useful routes from North Orange County down to the coast, and at the time I got off it was actually pretty crowded for a Saturday morning. This might be the first time I've been on one of OCTA's new Gillig buses, a bus manufacturer I've become fond of for high ceilings, trapezoidal wheel wells, and that armrest across the back window, which I didn't get that seat today, but I instead chose this funny middle seat between the lower and upper levels. All in all, it was a comfortable ride.
Boulevard and Broadway.
Anaheim's Resort District. Come for Disneyland, stay for the hotel with the water slide, right next to the freeway. Another unique feature about these buses are these round plastic shields around the door hinges, probably to prevent people from getting their arms caught in the door when it's closing, since these style doors swing all the way out of the bus when they open, instead of folding inwards. They also announce when the doors are opening and closing, which is good for accessibility.
Doors closing.
Exit here for the outlet at Orange.
Doors open.
Instead of continuing south, we turn right on Metropolitan. Anyways, we turn south on Lewis, crossing over the 22 freeway. We then turn west on Garden Grove Boulevard, briefly. Such beautiful Gilligs. And turn south on Fairview Street. And it's a straight shot to Orange Coast College from here. Here we're crossing over the Santa Ana River Trail, and then the OC streetcar tracks. Santa Ana here representing one of my favorite architectural styles, the rectangular apartment building. And making our way into Costa Mesa.
Costa Mesa, City of the Arts!
Alright, we're here at OCC, and yes, the nostalgia. The driver's waiting for me to get my shot of the bus driving away.
Hashtag Gillig Gang on Twitter.
Yeah, dude, I love Gilligs. Also worth noting that at the fairgrounds over there, if I was a week earlier, I could have taken the OC Fair Express bus to get here, which would have been a lot faster. Because I think there's one that goes to Fullerton Station, and there's a bunch around the county, and they're really convenient. Actually, this year it was from Fullerton Park and Ride, and there were only 4 locations. Obligatory Orange Coast College nostalgia shot, hashtag class of 2014. I didn't know there was restrooms over here. Yeah, none of these buildings existed when I was going here. I think that one might have been under construction, but it's been almost 10 years. And the fruit vendors are on the other side, so I'll be over there. I know they don't like bikes in here, but somehow I ended up in here with a bike. I mean, what if I was buying a bike? I would have to get it out somehow. Fruit stand number 1, I typically go to the one over here. Inconveniently, the bike rack is way over here. Yes, lock your car, take your keys, lock your Dutch ovens, and hide them too. They won't notice. Fruit stand. All right, I'm feeling good. I'm in my happy place. This is so much better than the last Bicycle BBQ. Let's be honest, LA County. Hey, look, some cardboard. I need some cardboard. All right, we're back. Looks like nothing bad happened. We got the produce. Probably the most pathetic vegetable soup ever, but hey, 4 potatoes, some cilantro, 3 carrots, and a bag of organic apples. All for less than $5. And I felt like pointing this out. My kickstand recently fell off. The welds broke. I had to re-weld it. And I re-welded it on crooked, so it doesn't really support as good as before, but that can be fixed. Let's go to the beach. Nicki Minaj reference. Hashtag. Now, what's the best way from OCC to the Santa Ana River Trail heading to the beach southbound? I would say Merrimack to that one trail that goes to Placentia to Fairview Park. Let's see how they've improved it. We exit the southwest parking lot near the welding department, turn right on Merrimack, which looks like it lets you bike on either the sidewalk or the street. Oh, fig tree.
Figs.
Gonna pass Harbor Boulevard. We take this trail for a little bit until it ends and continue west on Tanager Drive, turn on some more streets that are named after birds, and turn south on Placentia Avenue, which has those new plastic bollards protecting you. I feel so safe. Yeah, I believe on the left side that park has a miniature railroad, at least last time I checked. But we're turning right on the bike trail that leads to the Santa Ana River Trail. This piece of trail was actually completed during when I lived in Costa Mesa. Now you can actually continue south on the east side of the Santa Ana River to the beach, but the official route is on the west side, which we had to cross a little bridge, backtrack a bit, make a U-turn, and then cross a bigger bridge to get on the west side. I was originally going to be on this trail for 15 miles, but since we took the bus, we're only going to be taking the last 2.5, which are probably some of the best parts of this trail. Except for the sanitation district smelling weird. We reached the beach at the undercrossing of Pacific Coast Highway, which if we took the Banning Channel bikeway on the east side of the river, that one doesn't have an undercrossing, so you'd be stuck on the north side of the street, and probably end up crossing here anyways. Alright, we're here on Coast Highway. That side of the river is Newport Beach, this side is Huntington Beach. Let's go find a fire pit and hope they aren't all taken already. Unfortunately, this trail is not separated from pedestrians and bikes, so it can get pretty chaotic at parts. It looks like my choice spot has been taken already. Hopefully it's not like that video I filmed years ago where 7 straight miles every fire pit was taken. Look sharp, 10 o'clock, empty fire pits. Oh my goodness.
Over the top!
Yeah. Too excited. Okay, I'm gonna lock the bike. I think I made that look way more dramatic than it was. Oh my gosh, empty fire pit. All I have to do is put my stuff next to it and it's mine. Oh my gosh, over the top. Claim this in the name of transit nerds with bikes and Dutch ovens. All right, not bad. Just barely past the old power plant. Didn't have to go too far. And it's the beach handball championship, which apparently looks like soccer with your hands. Oh, I get it. Handball as opposed to football. But hey, we got it. We're gonna cook some potatoes. Didn't I learn anything from my Irvine music video about biking in the sand? It doesn't work. Fired up. All right, I think it's time to put the stuff on. I mean the water. Time to chop some vegetables. Got it chopped. The water started boiling way ahead of when I was ready for it, so now I'm gonna put it back on and cook. And very importantly, I remember to bring salt. Yeah, I think that's enough. How to make new friends at the beach. Offer to give them your fire pit when you leave after an hour when everything else is taken. Yeah, the one dude barbecuing at 10 in the morning. I mean, you think about how much of a waste of resource it is that like probably half of these fire pits are being reserved for people coming later in the day. How many people could be barbecuing at 10 in the morning that aren't allowed to because of it? It's disorienting because when my friends and I first started doing this, it was in the winter and we'd come here at like 4 in the afternoon and we'd be the only ones. And my friends told me that, yeah, it gets super crowded during the summer and every fire pit gets taken. And I didn't believe them. And then I came in the summer at like 3 p.m. and in August, and every fire pit was taken for 7 straight miles. And I didn't believe it. So word to the wise, just come in the winter. I'm additionally glad that I had just enough water in my water bottle to cook that stuff, and now it's almost done. And here goes way too much cilantro probably, but I only bought 1 bunch. Normally I would have also bought cauliflower, but they didn't have it because it ain't in season. And I totally dropped the ball on using zucchini instead, but I wanted potatoes. Don't forget the salt, just trust me, don't forget it. Turn up the hue saturation for this shot. Those are the best potatoes I've barbecued ever. Alright, time to exit this fine establishment, wash some dishes, and I think I'm gonna go back to the swap meet to get some more of those apples because they're really good. The wind noise made the audio here useless, but I was basically talking about the correct way to wash seasoned cast iron is you don't use soap, you just scrub it with water and steel wool. Normally you're supposed to let it dry on the heat, but since I'm not at the heat, the sun heat will have to do, and it seems to be working. Otherwise it gets rusty. Now I think the real reason why everyone barbecues at night is because sunset shots. Everyone likes them. Oh, and look at that, if you take the 33 you go just directly here. But I wasn't in that part of Fullerton. That's the park and ride area. Back at the bridge, and oh, I just had to stop here to enjoy that breeze, baby. It's so good, so good. Wow, the kickstand still works, nice. All right, nice, they had 1 more bag of those apples, sweet. Mission accomplished. Who says you can't take 4 carry-ons on the bus and not fit in 1 seat?